Well, hello. Um, Playing with the lighting a little bit. I've got my ring light on, but I've got it like on a more subtle tone. So, am I too in the dark? I don't need to be all lit up. I'm not doing a live sale. Like, we're just here to talk about some stuff. Um, Little heavy stuff, a little good stuff, little bit of everything. Um, and I don't even know why. I don't even need that up there. Stand by. I don't need to show the thing for the niche lady shop up there. That was there from the last time I went live. So we'll take that off of there. But how's everybody doing? We are having storms here in Vegas, strange storms, but storms nonetheless. So, and I don't know if that tends to change the human dynamic thing going on. I mean, I'm sure it does. Winter gets me down, but I'm struggling a little bit. I'm struggling a little bit, staying my happy chipper self, and I have a lot of heavy things happening right now. My to-do list is ridiculous right now. Some big things that I'm trying to get checked off and some that I've checked off the list, which I'll share. But man, it's just like one thing after another. Yesterday we had to do an emergency rebuild in one of the tortoise pens because of so Priscilla, who's not really Priscilla. Priscilla is more like Percy or Elvis. But we cannot stop calling him Priscilla because we've had him for 6 years and that's been his name, right? But baby tortoises, you don't know if they're a boy or a girl until they get to maturity. Well, Priscilla is definitely a boy and very interested in his neighbor, which is a girl. And so he started climbing his little fence thing, which wasn't very tall. And I kind of had a suspicion that we were going to have to do this at some point. But I was kind of hoping that he would just, not try. The danger is not in him getting over the fence. The danger is in flipping over backwards in the attempt. They go vertical. And then, in fact, I think I have some video I took yesterday because he was being a very, very naughty tortoise. Let's see. I swear I did. Where is it? Maybe not. Oh, wait. Yes, I did. Is it? I can't find it now. But I'll show you what we built. So had to build this brick wall. See, that's Tiny on one side and Priscilla on the other, and they were both kind of, taunting one another. So had to build that wall. Oh, here we go. This is where we're trying to keep him in his doghouse so that he didn't come out while we were doing all this. And you can see he's quite a naughty little boy. He's a troublemaker. Yes, he is a troublemaker. But it looks like we have accomplished what we needed to accomplish so that he cannot cause such trouble. Yeah. They're very determined animals. They're very, very determined animals. I will say that. So that was just kind of like that hijacked the day yesterday. And then I had to go film because not only do I need things constantly replenishing my Shopify shop, but I also need to make video to replenish my YouTube channel. So the two have to happen in sync. So I needed to go do that too. Hence why today you are getting a live stream instead of a video, because I did not get said video edited in time to go up today. It's the eclipse. It's the eclipse doing it. Maybe. Hot in Texas and the heat just, okay. All right. So I really don't complain about the heat. I mention it. I talk about it in my videos, but I moved here because I don't mind the heat. I would rather be hot than cold. Cold is painful to me. Hot I can deal with. But this year in particular is kicking my butt. I'm just feeling so much more drained from the heat. And I'm just wondering, is anybody else experiencing that usually can handle it quite well? Because I am really just, it's getting me. Strong eclipse. Maybe I'll look into that. Like, I don't know. It's, we've got all of like barometric pressures and gravity pulls and atmosphere layers and doing this and that. And it's like, it's too much. It's too much to keep track of. Summer has been brutal. Yeah. And I think what's happening here is there has been no reprieve. Like, there's no cooling off time. Well, as I say that, we're a little bit cooler this week. But normally, it doesn't really get bad until like mid-July. It was early July this year, and it has just been like day after day after day of at least 110 degrees. Yeah, it's been really wild. It's like, oh, you're blaming me. I don't think it's menopause. I mean, I'm sure that's not helping, but I think a lot of us are feeling it. The heat in Palm Springs has been the worst. Yeah, okay. Okay, so it's a thing. It's a thing that's happening. Okay, all right. Stand by. Stand by, guys. Be right back. Okay. Sorry, my nose was running. I don't want to blow my nose on camera. When life gets hard, I rant and then I make a plan, one step at a time. Yeah, for sure. For sure. Yeah. And I don't know why. We always like start out talking about the weather. So I'm feeling the heaviness from those I talk to online, but also like this, I don't want to give any personal information, but man, there's just some heavy stuff going on for some people close to me. And I absorbed that. And then there's a part of me like, I want to make it better. And there's nothing you can do to make it better. Just be supportive of people. And so a lot of that going on. And then I've got like my own personal, I got some heavy stuff going on. So yeah, it's just been, it's been a season of getting through some stuff. My to-do lists are, I mean, they get me through and they keep me on track, but boy, they're getting long. You'll take Texas heat over Chicago snow any day. I'm with you. I'm with you on that one. So yesterday I was out, and I was out filming, and it was only 100 degrees, but I swear the humidity must have been like 80%. It was just, like I was like soaked by the time I got like back in the car and like, oh, what is happening? Florida called. They want their weather back. I like our dry heat. When you can't do anything, you can at least pray. Yes. Yeah. And I will talk a little bit about that because, like I'm big on the prayer thing. I'm really big on the prayer thing because sometimes there's just nothing you can do. And I guess that is the whole thing behind faith. Like if you can't control, if it's not in your power to do anything about something, have faith that you'll be led through it. Whatever that looks like for you. As we age, the heat worsens. I just don't want to succumb to the whole thing that I'm aging. I'm gonna tell you, I went to a thrift store yesterday and I was all excited because seniors get a discount, but they don't count senior until 60. I'm like, I got a few months to go, but I'm almost there. I'm almost there. I'm hitting it this year. So crazy. So crazy. I look at some of my videos, from even like 10, 15 years ago, and it's like, oh, yeah, you're aging, Danny. Courage, strength, and wisdom. Yes, 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 yes. So, so I'm I need to be careful how I say things, not because I have anything to hide, but because I'm going through some things where I'm having to gather some evidence. We'll just say that much. But as I'm going through, like my old paperwork and stuff, it's really like it stirs up a lot. And then one of the things that I keep forever and ever is I have every card and every letter that my viewers and fans and people who sent me things, or I was seeing them in person, then they've given me things. I keep all that because it's it's an incredible thing to feel the love from people who I mean, you guys know me because I share and I'm out here. I'm like out here every day, but I don't know you. I don't really know anything about you. But but yet I know that what I do is important to you. And so then when I get like something like a card or a letter and all of that, it's just those are really, really special to me. And I do keep them. And I have I have a scrapbook, but I haven't officially organized it. It's just all there. And someday maybe I'll do some more with it. But no, it really, really means a lot to me that I have this business because of you, because you choose to watch my videos. Like that just means the world to me. And I'm so appreciative of it. I've been able to give my kids a pretty good life because of that. And I wasn't in 2017. I can tell you, I wasn't sure what I was going to do. In 2017, I had nothing, and I had no job training of sorts to go out and I've had jobs, but nothing that I could go get the money I needed to support two kids and raise them and keep them in their private school and take care of their special needs and all of that stuff. So YouTube really, like, reselling YouTube, all of that life experience I was able to like bring into it, like, was just life changing. But it wouldn't happen without you guys. So it was just a really, really long way of saying thank you, thank you, thank you. I don't mind the aging part. It's the aches and pains that come along. Yeah. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Do you guys remember when I broke my toe? Wasn't that long ago, because I haven't even been in this house that long. It was like a couple months ago. When was that? Mother's Day. It was Mother's Day. I remember it because I took my mom thrifting that day with the broken toe. Yeah, so that was May. Well, guess what, Danny? I didn't break it. It's not. I at least I don't think so. Um, I hit it the exact same way again. I ran into something with my little toe, so I'm like right back there in that. Yeah, I think I just like bruised it this time, but man, it hurt so much worse because it already had that previous injury. And then like I'm finding that it's like I don't heal the way I used to heal. It's a thing. You found me by accident, Mom? Mom, are you subscribed and getting bell notifications? This is kind of an impromptu surprise live. I did it at 3:00 because that's normally when my video would come out. So So here I am. Oh, Denise, thank you so much. Thank you. And I love knowing that people are praying for me and my family. I love, love, love that. Indeed, indeed, indeed. Oh, so Tracy, so I can see comments from both Facebook and YouTube. And Tracy is afraid to do YouTube videos because of seeing what I and others go through. Don't let that stop you. Here's the thing. Go into it knowing people are going to have opinions and they are going to express them. Do not take them to heart if it's not who you are. Like, so Daryl Eves, who I worked with for some time, I had many of these conversations with him about things. And he says, they don't know you, meaning the people saying the hateful, hurtful, awful things. He says, they don't know you. They don't know your heart. He says, stay true to who you are. And, they'll go away. And that's pretty much it. You just be you be authentic. Now, if you are, and this is for everybody. If you have even been thinking of starting YouTube videos, building a YouTube channel, you do not want to wait. You do not want to wait because YouTube is changing the requirements in order to get monetized, basically doubling what it takes to start making the ad revenues on your channel. So if you have been putting it off, or you have been, for whatever reason, saying, I'll do that later, now is the time. You have until January to get monetized under the old, the way it is now, which is 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours. So don't let fear set you back. Fear is conquerable. Do it scared. I do so many things scared out of my mind. And what I have learned over the years is that the regrets I have for the things that I didn't do because I was scared are bigger than the fear going through things that I ended up getting through just fine. I'll give you a perfect example. Perfect example. This just happened this week. And I've talked a little bit about this. I volunteer with an organization called Volunteers of Vegas, volunteersofvegas.org. And I recently signed on to be one of their event leads, meaning whatever event it is, I'm in charge of making sure all the volunteers are checked in and taken care of. And I get, all the things done and all of that, you're the lead. You got to take care of things. And it was my first time. And the founder was supposed to be with me, for that first time, just to, walk me through like what was expected and everything. And he had an emergency and he couldn't be there. And my initial gut reaction was, oh my gosh, I can't do this. And then I stopped and I thought about it. And I'm like, why? Why can't you? Can do this. You can do this. But that was my initial headspace, was to go into fear mode, go into that. It's the unknown. And what if I mess up? And what if I embarrass myself? And what if somebody doesn't like me? And what if, and what if, and what if, and what if, and what if? And you know what? It ended up being an absolutely wonderful experience with amazing volunteers. And we got to play with kitties. And it was okay. And then each time you conquer something that you're afraid of and you do it anyway, you strengthen your ability to get through things that you're afraid of. So do it scared. In fact, I challenge everybody. Pick something you've been afraid to do and do it. Make it happen. Put it on your list. Get it checked off. Whatever it is, big or small, whatever it is. If you're putting it off because of fear, do it. Just do it. That's all I got to say. Oh, I better get going. I just don't think people want to hear anything I have to say. Oh, I get what you're responding to. I was like, I thought you were leaving. No. So, back to good again, Kelly 20. Do you do you have people in real life that you talk to that are interested in what you have to say? Or are you a hermit, you live in a cave and you don't talk to anybody ever? You get where I'm going? The thing about creating video and creating a channel is if you are true to who you are and what you want your channel to be about, people will come and find you and that are interested in you. And then they'll come back because they like you, because they become like a friend to you in this little internet world we're in. So if you want to do something, do it. Do it. Put it out there. But yes, get going. Get going with it. I started a YouTube channel a year ago and didn't see it through because I didn't know what to talk about or what my channel was going to be about. I love helping people with that. So if you want to reach out to me, I would love to help you pick a direction. Oh, you're so welcome, Tracy. Again, that's for anybody. I am always, always willing to help people who truly want to get over that road bump, speed bump, hurdle, whatever that thing is, because we all have those blockades. We all have them. And then there's the group of people who are over here and they are mad at life and their circumstances and all of that because of these things. And then they don't do what they want to do. And then there's the group that goes, I'm going to figure out how to do this anyway. And if you're I want to figure out how to do this anyway, I will help you. I can't help the ones who choose to sit in all the reasons why I can't. I can't. I have tried for years and years and years, and it breaks my heart every time I see somebody with potential and talent and I know they can do it, but they don't believe themselves that they can do it. And there's nothing I can say and there's nothing I can do. So it's really all about what's up here as to whether you want to sit with what you got or take steps to make something better of it. And we are in a time where everything is just hard. Everything is hard now, it seems like. And everything is about money. And I hate that. I hate that. Like everything we do is like about money, 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 money. And so it's like finding those, free things to do and free time to spend with people and all of that is like so important. Do I sell on Vinted? I do not. Vinted does not want professional sellers. They don't want volume sellers. So I'm kind of staying away from Vinted right now. They're more of a kind of like hobby selling place. Hello, Carrie Ramsey. Oh, is it Greth? Is it Greth or Grethe? How do I say your name? But hello from Norway. I bet you're not having a heat wave right now. I did talk to my real estate friend who's in Germany right now and was saying how it's very hot there and they don't have air conditioning. Well, Diane, you're in England and you're going through the same thing. So it's like, oof, gotta have that air conditioning. Well, here you go. I'm going to give you a perspective, Kelly. So you've already made so much content you've never used. Well, you're way ahead of the game then because you've got content. You've got content you can use. I'm a recently disabled person whose life has slowed way down, and now I need to make an extra income. I want to share that journey with others. Do it. Do it. I want to encourage you strongly to do it. Now, here's something. and this comes from Mr. Beast, okay? Your first 100 videos are going to suck. The key is to make each video better than the last one. So if you guys watched, I recently did a reaction to a very, very old video, like one of my first videos. And I was watching that video again going, whoa. Like the quality. How did anybody watch my stuff back then? Honestly, it was so bad. I mean, I would go shoom, shoom with the camera and things were blurry and I didn't stay long enough on stuff. And oh my gosh, my filming was horrible. But yet you guys watch. And I'm saying this as inspiration to you, Kelly. Like, no matter how you're critiquing those first videos that you've made, somebody's going to watch them. And then you make the next one better. You take the feedback. Yes, you will probably get some people like, telling you that you suck, because that's what people do now. But if you can not pull it into here, listen, go, is that valid? Because if it's valid, then you take that criticism and then you make something better of it, right? You take it, you improve, and every time you improve, and pretty soon, before you know it, you are teaching other people how to do it. Do you think reselling is now overpopulated? My opinion on that is it's not so much that it's overpopulated. I think there's too many resellers who don't come at it from a business standpoint, meaning don't understand profit margins, don't understand pricing, don't understand even what qualifies as making money when you're a reseller. If you buy it for $5 and you sell it for $6, you did not make $1. I guarantee you lost money. And you certainly didn't pay for your time. So that's why you'll often hear me say in my videos, you got to get at least 3 times. Oh, Jewel, like, that's right. That's like a new thing here, is like the little gifty things. Thank you, Tammy Long. I'm not quite sure what those are about yet, but I know it's like this new thing that YouTube, they're trying to be like the TikTok, Okay, back to good again, Kelly 20. Please, please, please email me. I'm going to be your accountability buddy here because I'm going to hold you to it, and I'm going to check in with you on your progress. And if you want to send me one of your first videos before you publish it, I will help you with that. I will help you with a little critique and getting that up and running. I will make that offer to you. Melinda, I thank you. First, I want to accept that you said that. You say, I'm one of the strongest people I know. I don't feel strong. I really don't. I feel like, sorry, I just feel like failure is not an option. Giving up is not an option. And so that comes across, I guess, as strong, but I'll be completely transparent with you. Sometimes I want to quit. Sometimes I just want to check out, and I've had some rough bouts over the last 3-4 years, but my strength is not my strength. I just want to be very clear. We talked about this a little beginning. If I didn't have Jesus in my life, I probably wouldn't be talking to you right now. I'm just going to say it. That is where I get my strength. That is how I get through life. It's not me. I'm just a human being. And, and I want my kids to look back one day and go, dang, my mom was awesome. That's it. That's what I do it for. I want I want my kids to remember me with love and not caring. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. And that comes from a place. I do have an older daughter. See, I said I wasn't going to do it on camera, but I have to. You guys are making me cry. I do have an oldest daughter who doesn't speak to me. And it breaks my heart. And I hope she watches my stuff. I hope there's still that thing in her that one day makes her want to reconnect. Because we all go through things in life that, maybe we're not proud of. I was a horrible mother to her. I admit it. I've admitted it many times. We've had these discussions. There's a whole podcast about it over on Jordan's channel. Jordan and I were able to do a lot of healing, and because I was not a good mom. So I'm really trying. I'm really trying to be the mom and the grandma, that my family remembers in a loving way. Like I remember my Mimi, and I remember my Auntie Lynn, and the people that I remember. I want my family members to remember me that way. Okay. Berkshire Pickers. I struggle with my videos all the time, but keep making them. Good for you. Keep making them. We are such critics of ourselves. I guarantee you that you are judging yourself more harshly than other people are judging you. For sure. Thank you, Marilyn. I struggle with, I have a YouTube coach. I have somebody that every week we go through my videos and go, what could have been better? What did what was good here? Always look at what is good. Don't just pick apart the bad. Always go like, okay, this worked. This worked. I liked this. But we sometimes get into some, not really arguments, but kind of like the whole dynamic of making video, and how he'll say like, you could have put this before this. And I'm like, but in my brain, I can't. For me, it's like, it's reality TV. I want to go in order of how it happened, how, keep it real, because what if I said something then that doesn't make sense to what I say, all of that. So what I am showing in my videos is literally, it's me going and finding things for my resale business. And then the proof in the pudding is that those things go into the nicheLadyShop.com and then they sell. So I am a reseller first and foremost, and was for many, many years before I ever put it out on YouTube. And then I had someone who inspired me to start making thrifting videos. And I'm just like, well, I could do that because that's what I do every day. Well, not every day, but back then it was every day. Is I go, I shop, I thrift, and I find stuff to sell. So that's how it all came about. Oh, thank you for saying that, Kelly. Thank you. Thank you. You guys. Thank you. I'm going to accept the love. I'm really bad at accepting the love. I try to push it away. It's that little voice in me still saying, you're not worthy. You're not worthy. It is hard to recover from mistakes from the past. Yes. Especially when they all get made public. Oh, wow. Kelly. Oh, Kelly, we need to talk. We need to talk. Oh, don't get me started about technical issues. I hear you. Technology and okay, right before I go on, I guess that Windows did like some update last night. And when I tried to turn the computer on today, got the blue screen of death. Oh, reboot. Okay. And then it wouldn't reboot. I'm like, okay, I got 15 minutes before I go live. But in my head, I was already planning plan B. Like if I couldn't have gotten this computer up, well, I had two options. I could either go in the noisy bird room, which everybody hates, or I could just go live from my phone. So that was going to be my next option. But here it is. Sometimes you lose in life even when you really try. That's a hard reality I've had to face. Yes. Yes. Absolutely. I don't like editing either. Berkshire Pickers, email me. I can give you some tips on that. I really hate editing. So I learned from the producer of the Vegas Video Network who used to run my show on there. So he taught me how to do as little post editing as possible when filming. So I can give you those tips. Aw, yes, Carol. Carol, I owe you a shopping trip very, very soon. You guys. Yeah. Yeah. I wasn't saying, okay. So Marilyn, I just want to correct. So sometimes this happens. Stuff comes out of my mouth and I go, oh my gosh, I don't want that to get taken wrong. I'm not saying hobby resellers are bad. Hobby resellers, if you only want to sell a few things, but the rule still applies that even if you're doing it as a hobby, make it make sense, make it pay for itself. You know, making money is fun when you're like, there's a certain little rush when you buy the thing for $5 and then you sell it for 15, right? There, like that feels good. If you buy the thing for $5 and you sell it for 6, that doesn't feel good. That feels like work because there is your time and work involved. So always, even if it's a hobby, keep that in mind. You got to keep it fun. You got to keep it fun. That's why I say go be profitable and make it fun. You know, whether you're a hobby seller or a real seller, make it profitable. Yeah, Kelly, you've got a story to tell. It's the niche lady at gmail.com. The niche lady at gmail.com. I got to figure out what this jewels thing is. See, now I'm curious. Like jewels. You're all sending me jewels. Oh, that's a great idea. The journal. Yes. Yes. Thank you, Melissa, for posting it over there. What is a UNC alert? I'm not sure. Oh, fantastic. Yeah, Laura's great. Laura, if you're going to do a YouTube channel, she is one to watch. She really takes her channel seriously, and there is a lot you can learn from watching her. And I'm always happy to answer. Always happy to answer. Melissa, you've been a member for 50 months. Wait a minute. How many years is that? That's 4.5 4.5 years. Is that, am I doing that math right? That's a lot of months. I need to add some better turtles to the membership, don't I? I need to add some bougier colors. I gotta go check out I gotta update that. The selling is the fun part. We need to see more hobby sellers. Those who are uber successful can be intimidating. Bar. What's intimidating about it? What is it your mindset sees it as intimidating versus inspiring to see what's possible? So I try to give the story of my mom. My mom didn't need to make six figures. My mom needed to make enough to pay her bills. And she was able to build up her resale business within 6 months to do that. A piece of internet and social media slang used as a playful warning or joke that someone is acting old, outdated, or giving off uncle energy. Oh, uncle alert? Uncle alert? Okay, I have never heard that. I hear you, Carrie. Why do you want us to take a shipping class to join your network? So Melissa, most of the people who are signing up for the Niche Shopping Network to become sellers are new sellers. So that is why I ask them to come over and review the shipping course, because I want to make sure that's the number one thing. That's the number one customer satisfaction metric when you're starting to sell, is getting the thing to the customer in a whole piece, if you will. If you are already an experienced seller and shipper, there is a way to bypass that. Just contact me. But it's just a little extra safety measure, because with the Niche Shopping Network, I want the reputation of the marketplace to be one where customers are super happy with the items that they get and the way that they get them. So that is in place to assure that everybody who's a seller there gets the benefit of everybody else's hard work. I do have a PO box. It's kind of it's down in the description. Well, it's not down in this. It's in the description of every one of my videos. But also, if you send an email, it'll be in the autoresponder that I have. I'm so overwhelmed with inventory. I'm holding a massive inventory reduction sale. Yeah, I just did that. So one of the big things, big things I can check off my list is the pod is gone. When I moved here, I had a storage pod. It was not Pods, the company. I should correct that. It was a company called Units. Same thing, it's the same receptacle of stuff, but it's been parked out in front of my house for like the longest time, and such an eyesore and taking up so much space. And it was $300 a month. So I was determined that I was getting that sucker empty. I was not paying for that any longer. Now, you know that old saying, things get worse before they get better? Well, a lot of that stuff is sitting right now in my, well, it's kind of the dining room, but it's where my pool table is. But so I'm having to go through, and then as I pull things out, I'm going, is this worth listing? Because if it's not worth listing, it just needs to go away. And I got myself on a deadline, because I'm actually having a little get together at my house at the end of the month. So I have to get the house in shape by the end of the month. And sometime between now and the end of the month, I'm going to California to see my grandbaby. So I'm going to be away for a little bit too. So it's a challenge. It's a challenge. I'm feeling the pressure. I am feeling the pressure, but I kind of work good under that pressure. The Niche Shopping Network is my marketplace over on District. So it is a place where sellers can come and list things. Yeah, it's on District. NicheShoppingNetwork.com. What makes it a bit unique is that now, this only works with an iPhone currently, or an iPad, but you are welcome to multicast your sales over onto an established YouTube channel that I also run, which is the Niche Shopping Network YouTube channel. So it gives you an automatic YouTube presence for your sales, as well as joining a very, very safe community. We're not about, growing to like huge numbers. We're about keeping it safe and keeping it wonderful for both buyers and sellers. Yeah, shipping is one of the most challenging issues over the 20 some years that I have been helping people with this. The shipping is what holds a lot of people back. And I ship, the breakables and the really hard to ship stuff. So it's very lucrative to sell that stuff because most sellers don't want to deal with it. So if you can learn the shipping end of it and not be afraid to ship that stuff, you can do really, really, really well. Earn rubies at a fixed value, 1 ruby per 1 cent. Okay, that's very interesting. Okay, see, I knew they had just changed, the whole monetization thing, but I didn't know they started adding fun little stuff like that. They're trying to copy TikTok is what it is. Because TikTok, has the gifts that you can send. And is there a cost to join? No, then no, there's no cost to join. It's a 10% commission on your sales. No listing fees, just a 10% commission on your sales. And you don't have to go live. I'm looking for people to go live. I want people to go live to start building it up, but it is not a requirement. You have baby handmade items for Jordan for her. Oh, okay. Okay, mom. Gotcha, gotcha. That's right. Melissa sells over there too. So we have some things for you Canadians. It's for everybody. I think Melissa you do free shipping, don't you, Melissa? So it doesn't matter if you are in Canada or not. Can we sell on your channel and others? Yes. Other marketplaces may not like that. Each marketplace has their own rules, but you are welcome to with mine. Can I talk a bit about the different platforms to sell items like artwork, pottery, etc.? That is truly the game changer in online selling now. It used to be you had eBay. eBay was it. And eBay was really good. Like you could pretty much sell anything on eBay. And, it was, yeah, the good old days. And then I think was Etsy the next one? But Etsy was only handmade items. You could only list handmade items or the supplies to sell them. And you had to have personally made it. Etsy's now evolved into vintage, which is over 20 years old. And you can have other people make your handmade items now. I know that's a little controversial there. But there's a lot of things that you can sell on Etsy. Etsy's it's probably my second biggest selling site is Etsy. And then probably Poshmark and Etsy are pretty close. eBay's the lowest. I sell very little over on eBay. And I got to tell you, out of the last 3 sales I did on eBay, 2 of them had issues. I sold this beautiful glass piece and the buyer asked me before they made an offer, they said, are there any scratches? So I went and got the piece in my inventory. I'm looking at it like, no, it is clean as a whistle. But I did mention that it's got the customary stuff, on the bottom, little scritchy scratchies that you would expect. They're international, shipped it. They complained about the VAT tax. They were complaining about the shipping charges. So I'm like, okay, little red flags going off already. I got a message with an AI enhanced photo showing the teeniest, tiniest little scratch. And I'm just like, I'm looking at my pictures, to see, because they had taken my listing photo and enhanced it, and they took a light glare and turned it into a scratch. I did not fall for it. I did not fall for it. I told them that I personally inspected that item before I ever accepted their offer and made sure that it was pristine. And then in my mind, I'm like wondering, did you cut it with a knife when you were, but then it was actually over in my Reseller Revolution group. I was sharing the story and showing the pictures. And one of the members said, wait a minute, are they trying to pull a fast one on you? Because if they saw that in the picture and were worried about a scratch, then why didn't they specifically ask about that in the picture? You know, kind of thing. Putting two to two together. They were trying to get a refund. They were trying to pull a fast one because they finally backed off and, oh no, I love the piece. But yeah, that's eBay, you know. It can cultivate some of these issues. Oh, you saw parrot pictures. I am getting ready to have a bird turtle sale, a birdle sale. I don't know if it'll be ready by Sunday. Maybe. I'm hoping. Stay tuned. I still have like 4 tubs to unpack because I want to like do it all at once. Oh, thank you for posting the school community. And the school community is not just about district and its shopping network. The school is for getting help with your reselling business, no matter what that looks like, and getting help. Like if you want to build a YouTube channel, I am personally in there every day answering questions. And then we meet face to face on Zoom calls every week. Yeah, AI, I'm a little worried about it. I'm a little worried about it. Truly. Yeah. Yeah, don't really worry about them stealing your photos, honestly. That to me is just kind of dumb because if it's a used item, then the item that they're selling is not going to match the photos, and some customers are going to figure that out. Do I have recommendations on a printer for shipping? Yes, the Rollo. I just looked at mine. The Rollo. I have 3 of them in 3 different rooms and love my Rollo. And I get the labels on Amazon, so you don't have to order the labels back through Rollo. And if you're going, I don't get any commission or anything off of Rollo, but I do appreciate you using the link for just the little clout that they give me. So back to good again, Kelly. So it's the Reseller Revolution Network over on School. Melissa will put the link in again. I honestly don't understand why creators deserve 10% of other sellers' profits. I don't understand this. So the whole 10% does not go to the person who owns the marketplace. I do get 5%, but I also have to pay for the marketplace, maintain the marketplace, deal with all of the customer support issues, track and make sure everything's happening the way it should. So 5% of sales is what I get, which is not a lot. It's not a moneymaker. It is helping to offset the time and expense it takes to run a marketplace. Do you have a oh, list perfectly? List perfectly is 1000%. I don't even know how I would run my business without List Perfectly now, because I create my listings there. We use their listing assistant, which is an AI tool, but it's a good one. It's a trainable one. It's not taking over the world. It learns the language that you want to use in your listings. You can train it not to say things. You can train it to say things a certain way. They've worked really, really, really hard and spent a lot of money investing into the AI that is good for resellers. And so it creates the listings in so fast. And then I can send those out to like 4 or 5 different marketplaces at a time. And then when it sells on any of those marketplaces, now I have the pro plan. And in the pro plan, if it sells, let's say it sells on eBay, it boom, 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 takes it off of every place else. So I don't have to worry about double selling. Yeah. Yeah. If you use the code niche1 for List Perfectly, it gets you an extended 30-day free trial. Try it for 30 days. Honestly, you should make I can't give a number because it's going to depend how much work you put into it, but it will pay for itself. If you use it, you list places you didn't list before because it was too hard to go out to those other places, you will make the money that pays for that tool. I made an extra $1,400 last month simply because I cross-posted to other websites. Niche1, niche1, NICHE 1 will get you the 30-day free trial. These other ones coming up, they were the copycats. I'm just going to say. And I actually worked with one of the other ones when they were first starting. They asked for my input on things. And so I look at the people behind a company. Nothing bad to say about them, but they are businessmen who made the Vendoo, like they're businessmen. They're young businessmen. It is about making profits for them. List Perfectly was started by 2 resellers, and they made it for themselves first. And then when they saw the demand that was out there for that type of a product, that's when they started offering it to everybody else. They've never had to spend a single dollar for advertising. It is all word of mouth built. And that tells you so much because it's users talking about how good it is for their business that has built List Perfectly. The founders are absolutely amazing, caring people. I'm in touch all the time with Clara because she wants to know, how can we make it better? How is it working for you? They are in touch with the resellers that use their product. Watched a news vid about a father and son fishing on a river in Pennsylvania, and the son caught a piranha. It's had as a pet and released it very well. Isn't that pleasant? Oh my gosh. Now, are we sure it wasn't AI? Are we sure? Because that's the kind of videos that people are making AI stuff with. Thank you. Is it Pengy Patterns or Pengy Patterns? Thank you for saying that. You use List Perfectly too. Yes. Yes. Yeah. Oh, yes. You can do so much with your pictures right inside of List Perfectly. Yeah. Yeah. I have nothing bad to say about List Perfectly. And you know me, I'm like honest. If there was something, I would say it. Like Penguin, Pengy Patterns. Okay. Okay, gotcha. It was actually on the news channel's official page. Okay, that's pretty wild. I mean, people do dumps the craziest stuff, out into the wild. Crazy, crazy. Yeah. Yeah, you can remove backgrounds. They've also got this I don't think any other cross-posting software has this. They have templates like, okay, they started with clothing, and there is like a template thing where you input the measurements and it gives like a diagram of the item with the dimensions to make it a visual for your customers. Like, how cool is that? And they're making more. Okay, now you're going to make me look. I got to see what templates they have now. Let's see if there's a picture. I know they just put out a thing asking like, okay, what do you want next? I said vases and figurines. Yeah, I can't find a picture to show you. But yeah, it's great because a lot of people are visuals and like just seeing the numbers in a listing doesn't make sense. But if you see it on a diagram of, a dress and you go, oh, okay. Yeah. So that's a really super cool feature that they have also. When's the last time you've been to the Midwest? Ooh. I gotta say, it's probably back when I was going to the Kansas Jubilee in Hayes, Kansas, which was many years ago. Wow. How long ago was that? Oh, it's been a long time. It's been a long time. I think that's the last time I was to the Midwest. Yeah. I think is Kansas still considered Midwest? Or was it ever considered Midwest? I don't know. I haven't traveled. I, I've, I mean, obviously, I go to San Diego quite frequently to visit the grandbaby. Um, but and then Texas, and then I haven't really been traveling, and I want to. I want to again. It's been a long time. It's been a long time. I kind of was thinking the other day. I saw like one of those Sprinter van things. I'm like, I wonder, could I do that? Could I get one of those and just take off driving? Because, see, the flying thing has become such a pain because Southwest no longer allows 2 free bags. Um, and then it's like all the assigned seating and all the stuff. Like it used to be so much easier to travel by air, but now it's not. It's kind of a hassle. So I want to drive and be able to like buy stuff and bring it home or maybe ship from the road, take some shipping materials. I don't know. Do you need to have a scale to weigh and how do you pay shipping costs on what platform? But yes, scale is a must have if you're going to be a reseller. You have to know what your stuff weighs. Absolutely. And how do you pay shipping costs? So most places already have the built-in calculators to use. I do not recommend using free shipping on your listings until you totally understand the cost of shipping. I've seen so many resellers lose money that way. You have to know what it's going to cost to ship your item to the worst case scenario. What part of Texas are you in, Tracy? I usually go to Vid Summit. I have for the past 2 years gone to Vid Summit. I don't think I'm going this year. Don't think I can justify the expense. I've had some really big expenses this year. Hi, Bree. Yeah, and I still can't get my real ID. I'm still fighting with that because of it's a weird name change thing. Yes, I could get my birth certificate corrected. I could, but then my social security card, or not my social security, that and my birth certificate would match. But then my marriage certificates, my divorce certificates, all of that stuff, nothing would match. And it's such a nightmare that I'm going through with that. Never thought that a typo on my birth certificate would become such an issue. The East, North, Central, Illinois, Indiana, Michigan, Ohio, and Wisconsin, and the West, North, Central, Iowa, Kansas, Minnesota, Missouri, Nebraska, North, and South Dakota. Okay. I have never been to Ohio, and it is one of the places I want to go because it's like so full of glass and glass history. I want to go. I don't know. Do the old glass factories still exist? Are they still there? Are there buildings? Are there museums? I like. I've never been and I want to go. Houston, but I'll drive. Aw, that is so sweet of you. Okay, you're on. Mississippi. I've driven through Mississippi. I've stayed in Nashville. Nashville is one of my favorite destinations. I used to, some of you know this, I used to have a country band back in the 90s. And then I briefly was part of another band when I lived in Reno. And so, it was always like one of my bucket list items to sing on a stage in Nashville. And I got to fill that bucket list item, which was super cool. Planning to move to the South, maybe Tennessee or Texas. Oh, gotcha. Okay. Reselling in New York City is not worth it. What makes it not worth it? Melissa, not Melissa, Melissa Lott, email me. Let's figure it out. Cause I think I have you there. So let's figure out, what's happening. I came in late watching while at work in a town where they changed the rules so that you can only post to support your business on a day when most businesses in town are closed. What does that mean? You can only post to support your business. I'm not sure what that means. Figure it out, Nan. I'm not sure what that means. I love Texas. I have some favorite spots I love to go when I go to Texas. Hello, Donna Joe in Canada. I know I should. See, Matthews Vintakes, what I need to do is I need to just like record it, like voice record it, and then let somebody else write it up. I'm terrible at writing. Ohio in the house. Yeah, I have friends in Ohio. I have no excuse for not going to Ohio. My email is thenichelady@gmail.com. Just give me a little time to answer your email because I do get hundreds of emails a day, but I don't let anybody else handle that. I personally handle my inbox. So I get a little behind sometimes. Sourcing is hard because the prices are too high. Gotcha. Is it too far to like go into like New Jersey? What's north of Pennsylvania? Like other areas? I am a registrar and inputted my first birth certificate today. I was so careful. What pressure? Yeah. Gotcha. Yeah, they added an E to my name. My Danny is not my legal name. My real name is Deneen, and my mom spelled it Danine. I have my hospital birth certificate. I always used that my entire life until I was in my 40s and moved to Reno. And when I went to the DMV to get my license, she handed me back the form and she had corrected my name. I'm like, no, that's not how I spell my name. She goes, well, that's what's on your birth certificate. Cause I'd ordered an official copy, but I guess I didn't look at it closely. And I'm like, oh my gosh, no, that's not how I spell my name. And I showed her even my social security card and like, nope, we are going to put it on your ID the way it is on your birth certificate. And so the first 40 of my years of my life, I spelled it Danine. And then the state of Nevada decided I needed another E in there. Well, state of California decided. So there's my big, mess with trying to get a real ID. And so I have to pay the $45 to extra to fly to get through TSA now. True. I could use Yeah. I actually used Gemini and Claude. I don't really care for ChatGPT. We can only post on our local Facebook groups on Monday. Most businesses, restaurants, and bike shops and resale stores are all closed. You can't just post on your own. I mean, just make your own social media stuff. That's silliness. That you can only post on like that. Yeah, get out of that group. Is that group helping anybody? Is it really helping anybody? Try living with Lachelle. Is that your first name? Actually, it's a beautiful name. I like that name. Is trying to get my husband to find the time to go to those places. He works during the week, but has his own business. So maybe like some online auction stuff would help you with. I mean, there's tons of ways to source. Sourcing doesn't have to just be going to thrift stores or estate sales and stuff. There's lots of creative ways to come up with things to sell. You know, come up with a specialty and put a little ad out there saying, I buy whatever it is. I buy collections of, and see what happens. You may have people say, oh man, I've got a cupboard full of blah, blah, blah. Come and get it. Yeah. I don't do online auctions because for my business model, it doesn't make sense because I video. So the stuff that I have that doesn't show up in my video, I have to rely mostly on getting it out on other sites. And even then it's a little slow. So when it's seen in a video, I mean, that's kind of like the marketing for the items too, is like people see something and then they want it right then when they see the video, and then I sell it. Whereas, you know, if I was to buy a bunch of stuff from, I have to figure out a way to make a video that people would want to watch, which is a little challenging. And then, you know, perhaps it'll sell, but yeah, it just doesn't make sense for me. Plus our auction houses here are not good. Not good. I don't have a single one I can recommend. I'm sorry to say. I don't know anyone in town. Nobody would see it. So Nan, I think you've got something limiting. You've got a roadblock in there that we need to figure it out. We need to figure it out, Nan. Because there's a whole big wide world web that you can market your business to. What are you looking for? I'm sure I have it. There you go. There's a connection right there. It's fun to see how many ways Marilyn can get misspelled. Yeah, Danny, you'd be surprised how many ways Danny can get misspelled too. I mean, I'm okay if it's spelled D-A-N-I because it still has the I, but it gets spelled D-A-N-N-Y, D-A-N-Y. It's like, no, that's the boy's spelling. Doesn't everybody know that? And if you use voice to text, it's very sexist. It spells it with the Y. It doesn't, you know, think that Danny can be a girl's name, even though Danny's a very popular girl's name now. You have over 2,500. Where are you? I need to come make a video. Wow. Let's go. Are you doing any live selling? Any whatnot? Any district? There's the live selling platforms now. Oh my goodness, there's so many. In Houston, it's all about estate sales, garage sales, and marketplace. Too many pickers in the thrift stores. Yeah, there's a lot of pickers. Like, it's true. There's been a bit of an evolution in the amount of people out looking for stuff. It's interesting. Since my I got slapped at Goodwill video played again. I am getting the comments about how I am the whole reason for high prices at this. When I say I mean resellers. And I'm just, come on. Come on. It was eBay. It was eBay. It's not the resellers. eBay opened up a whole new world of information, and it's open to everybody because the people that work at thrift stores, they're real people who watch videos and know about things. So, like, no, resellers have not ruined all the high pricing. Because if that were true, if it were true that resellers were the cause of Goodwill raising their prices, then every single thrift store would have high prices. And there are so many great thrift stores with really reasonable prices because their mindset is not about cutting out the reseller. It's about knowing that the reseller is their customer. Goodwill admittedly says they are trying to cut out the reseller. They are the reseller. They are pulling things and putting them online. We can't combat that. That's why Goodwill prices have gone up, because they're just going for as much money as they can get. God bless them. If that's working for them, that's for their, what do you call it? CFO to decide. Chief Financial Officer. Yeah, to look at the numbers and say, hey, this is working. Let's keep it up. And if it's not working, if people stop paying those prices, then they have to make an adjustment. Yes, Yvonne's Vintage Villa. I have the Reseller Revolution Network over on School. You can't figure out the live sale sites? We can help you with that. Yeah. Yeah, I saw that, Mini Dog. I saw that that whole shtick. In fact, Harry Tornado was featured in that. Right, exactly. You guys know how much stuff I buy. I mean, I probably at times was spending a couple $1,000s a month at Goodwill. I have not shopped at, well, I take it back. I'll take it back. I went to Goodwill last week because I needed hangers. And you know what I bought? I bought hangers. That's all I bought. But yeah, I have stopped shopping at Goodwill. Yep. I sold something. I got the ka-ching. What do you think about sourcing costume jewelry from pawn shops? Pawn shops don't generally buy a lot of costume jewelry, so I'm not sure there's going to be a good, it's going to be worth like keeping going back to a pawn shop to look for that. They're more about the silver and gold, and then they price it knowing melt values. I have tried to buy things at pawn shops. Generally, they know what they got, and they're also online sellers. So they have no reason to sell to a reseller at reseller prices because they're doing the reselling. I was in Goodwill today and told a worker he was dragging a dress under the rack. He said, "That's okay. It's going in the garbage anyway." Yeah. I mean, it's not coming from just from me. Like, it's sad. It's just big corporate. It's big corporate. And okay, big contrast here. So we have a store here in Vegas called Assisting Lives in Las Vegas. It used to be the Assistance League. They broke off because they did not agree with, the Assistance League corporate stuff being passed down. And good for them because they get to continue doing the work that they do and the mission that they serve. And they are all volunteers and they are all so happy to be there. And the experience when you go in there is you feel welcomed. The store is clean. They have like they're proud of their store. They want to take care of it. they're happy, which makes you happy to be there. And then everything. Well, I was talking to them and they said they try very, very hard for nothing to go to the landfill, that they find ways to recycle and reuse all the donations that come in. And and they don't have big, heavy prices, so but you go to the Goodwill and there's so many unhappy employees, so many. And that is something that is not right. I'm just going to say, like, it's not right. Employees should be happy. You spent $500 last weekend at an estate sale and you wouldn't believe that. Yep. They're closing many bins here and use. Wow. We just have one bin store. Seeing that I've been answering that over in the comments too, talking about the no tag, no sale policy. And it's like, oh yeah, well, that's because people were taking tags off and hoping to get a better price. Okay, well, here is my thinking on that. Number one, the tags put on the hard goods. I'm sorry. Nobody is sitting there losing their nails getting those tags off. They're just not doing it. I'm not going to say nobody's doing it, but those tags are impossible to get off. They're multi-section tags and they don't come off and they stick like glue. More often than not, it came out of the back room without a tag. I've documented that. I've, found the fresh carts with things without price tags on them. The other thing is, let's just suppose that the item was $5.99 and somebody peeled the tag off and they get it up to the counter, and let's say the clerk gives it to them, and it's a manager that has to come over and give the price. And let's say they do it for $2.99. Okay, that $5.99 item was most likely not going to sell at $5.99. It was going to end up on half price day and sell for $3, or it was going to end up on dollar day, or it was going to end up in the bins and not get sold at all and be trashed. So why not make a happy customer and give it a price? I mean, err on the side of pricing it a little too high then, if that is the concern. There's other ways around it other than just saying, we're not going to sell it. Now, on clothing, I totally get it. That on clothing, it's easy to rip off those tags and then try to, get a better price or whatever. But if you have standard pricing on stuff, what is it hurting? What is it hurting if, oh my gosh, we sold it for $10 instead of $20? It's not hurting anything. Honestly, you're still making the sale. You're still getting it sold for items that there is zero cost of goods. It's all donated. So that's why I have a little bit of an issue with having that policy and making it like, what is the thing? Oh, come back tomorrow. No, I'm not coming back tomorrow. I'm not coming back tomorrow. Are you going to hold it for me? Are you going to price it and then hold it back here for me to come back tomorrow? See, no, that's not the policy. A lot goes in the garbage. Yeah. I mean, a lot has to go in the garbage too. Let's be fair. I have worked at the back end of a thrift store that got donations, and sometimes you wonder what goes through somebody's mind that they put something in a donation bin. I'm just going to say it. Oh my goodness. My daughter was recipient of a class action lawsuit after she left Goodwill for refusing bathroom breaks. That's not okay. The company that Noah worked for, his very first job, would not give breaks and then humiliated him. They had walkie-talkies where all the employees could hear, and they humiliated him for asking for a break. Now, mind you, he's on the spectrum. He needs his downtime. And Mama Bear. I was trying to let him handle it, but I was like, I just want to step in there and say a few words. But when he really wanted to leave, I supported him completely in that. It's like, yeah, absolutely. This is not a good place to be. And he felt really bad about it. You have to befriend the employees and the manager. Oh, I have plenty of friends that work at Goodwill. It's how I know things. I go to a thrift store that supports a church. Everyone is a volunteer. Yep. I always find several pieces I can flip at my vintage shop. Awesome. I'm in Chicago and they do price on the spot if an item is missing a price. See, that's unusual because it comes from the umbrella company policy that goes out to the regions as suggestions. Like, this is what we want the stores to be doing. But I guess some stores are, wise enough to know it's probably not a good policy for their stores. My idea is that they are closing the bins because they are trashing everything, or they found a way to recycle it all. Maybe, or maybe just, business 101 is you look at your expenses and you look at your revenue. And if the revenue is not making sense for the expenses, then you have to look at the whole thing. Maybe their rents are too high, the cost of maintaining the building versus how much they're actually selling, all of that stuff. Maybe they don't get enough quality things into the bins to, warrant keeping them open. It could be a lot of things. He is an amazing young man. Oh, absolutely. They were breaking labor laws. Noah actually filed a complaint. I helped him with that. He filed a complaint with the labor board. They did nothing. They did absolutely nothing. That place, as far as I know, is still paying their employees $10 an hour, which is against the law. It's the minimum wage, I believe, is $12.25 here now. I break for tag sales. Yep. Yeah, this is our slow estate sale season. We still have them, but it's not the good season for estate sales yet. I'm really very much looking forward to that. I also want to plan one of my trips to San Diego where we can go estate sailing in San Diego. I think that would be super fun. Go to new territory, so to speak. Not here in Pennsylvania. So because of the lag, I don't know which thing I said that you're saying not here in Pennsylvania to. I've said a couple things. Ooh, somebody just sent me, I have some saddles on Facebook Marketplace. Somebody just said, is this still available? I wonder if they'll respond. Haven't listed all summer and still making sales. Now, just imagine if you were listing. Consistency. All of these algorithms love consistency. That is the name of the game. Whether it's one item a day or 10 items a day that you're listing, try to get in a consistent pattern so it's predictable and then your stuff gets sent out. And it's the same thing like with YouTube. YouTube counts on your content going out on a certain regular rhythm basis, so they know how to serve it to the people out there and all that stuff. Just consistency, whatever works for you. Oh, the minimum wage. In Kansas, they price on the spot. We have one color 50% off and one color 75% off. The colors rotate, but when it is 75% off, all colors with off are already sourced out to go. Yeah, they pull them. They pull them. Is that blue Fenton behind you? I've never fully figured out who exactly it could be. It could be Ellie Smith or Fenton. I bought that in Pennsylvania, Philadelphia, at an antique store on Antique Row. Gosh, it was during one of the eBay events, whatever year that was. It was so long ago. And I had it shipped home. And sadly, all the horns are fine. The base is fine. The little the clear little holder piece got chipped. So I've been on the hunt for a new one of those, but you can't tell, but that's been one of my, it used to be in my bedroom, and it's been one of my little prized finds that I brought home with me. Well, had it shipped home to me. But yeah, it's an Ypern. Any suggestions on how to find rummage sales? Rummage sales are tough. I miss them. Here, I find out after the fact. I think, yeah, it's a lot of word of mouth. Like even on our like estatesales.org and estatesales.net and yard sale finders, like sometimes they'll list them, but I think a lot of like churches and things count on just their members like knowing and spreading the word, so they may not put it out there. But I use the Nextdoor app to look for things too, because it goes by your local neighborhood and what's happening. Yeah, I love rummage sale. We don't have very many rummage sales here, maybe 1 or 2 a year. I miss them. Yeah, I collect the blue opalescent glass. I will have, when I get it unpacked, a whole case, a whole curio case full. I did finally get my big curio case unpacked and organized with it's kind of a little mishmash of things. I need to share it. Maybe on my next video at the end, I will share that. Because I love how it turned out. I've got things that are very meaningful to me. So I've got some antique dolls in there. I've got my Gillander deer and dog glass collection. I've got my antique shoes, and I've got some of my Franciscan desert rose in there. Like, it wouldn't make sense really to anybody else but me, but it brings me joy. So I did spend some time and got that put together the other day, because it's like it's weighing really, really heavy on me that my house is still not put together. There's still so many tubs and boxes all over the place. I mean, we were getting there, and then I emptied the pod, and it's like, and it's feeling heavy, and I really want to get done. And there just doesn't seem to be enough hours in the day, because I have to do the work for my business. I have to put in so many hours filming and editing and listing and shipping and all the things. So, oh, have you? Okay. Lots of Avon pieces in that color. Interesting. Okay. Oh, on Facebook, I don't have a shop button. Oh, well, thank you for that heads up. I need to add that. Yeah, but it's nicheLadyShop.com. It's a Shopify-based site. Looking forward to attending my first church flea market coming up in September. Also seeing a lot of signs for yard sales in the area. Excellent. Is that bird on the shelf behind you Squawkers? It's a for real pet. He doesn't work anymore, but he's so realistic. I love him. And since I can't have my noisy bugger in the room with me while I'm doing these things, he gets so many people upset. If he would just talk nice, like when he chatters and actually talks, he's hilarious. It's when he gets the squawking going, and he usually gets the squawking going when I start talking, because he thinks he's talking to me. So if I'm silent, he'll say all the cute things. Oh, Craigslist used to have a category for advertising rummage sales. Don't think I've been to Craigslist in like forever. I kind of forgot Craigslist existed. Yeah, rummage sales are really good for pricing. Yes, for sure. Be careful though. Don't just buy things because they're cheap. This is how you get in trouble. This is how you get a death pile. This is how you get overwhelmed by inventory. So you saw like the estates, I was buying up a whole bunch of stuff. But then I also immediately had a whatnot sale, and I sold a bunch of that little stuff, like flipped it, boom, boom, boom. So have a way, if you're going to buy a bunch of stuff, make sure you can process it and get it sold. You had to turn them off. Yes, yeah. Melissa's heard Bougie go just on and on and on. Yeah. He goes through his whole cycle of words. You want a pistachio? Want to dance? I love you. Yeah, overwhelm is real. So I have had my inner struggles my whole life with trying to stay organized and really having this really strong desire for structure and routine and lists and all the things. And then the other side is like so impulsive and chaotic, and it gets off track. So like in these two, and I never knew that there was a name for it. And so now being diagnosed ADHD, which is autism ADHD, it all makes sense now. My life just kind of makes sense, but it doesn't fix it. It just makes me more aware. And one of the things that I have noticed a pattern of is I can go, 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 go. And then about 3-4 weeks into that, I just start melting down. Like I just start feeling like I'm so overwhelmed and tired. But now I know what that is. That is they call it autistic burnout. And I know how to deal with that now. I know that when I start feeling and if you feel this, like, you know what I'm talking about, it's like this pressure, like rising up from your soul, and know that that's your point where I have to stop what I'm doing and I need to go play with my pets, mess with my aquarium, rearrange a collection, do something other than that thing that's feeling so overwhelming. Walk away. And it feels counterintuitive because you have to get this done, but you will get it done so much better and so much easier if you give yourself that time, walk away, refresh, and let your brain heal a little bit, because that's what it is. Your brain, your nervous system it's overloaded. You're not going to get anywhere. You're going to crash. So, yep, burnout. Yep. So yeah, just becoming more self-aware of how everything works and the why. And there's so much more information now than ever. And there's a lot of middle-aged and older women. We didn't get diagnosed when we were young. The boys got diagnosed, right? Because they had some very visible symptoms. Girls became very, very good at what's called masking. We go into survival mode. We do what we have to do to fit in and to be included and all those things, yet we never felt included. We never felt like we fit in, all the things. And it's becoming like a pretty big thing now. It's getting out, and it's okay. It's like I had trouble accepting it at first. It's like, oh my gosh, I don't want to be labeled as on the spectrum. And I'm like, it's okay. You are. You have a neurodivergent brain. Embrace it. And how many others probably are sitting with the same thing and just feeling like they have to hide behind all of this stuff going on inside, because we feel like we are not normal. And we feel like if people really know the truth about us, nobody's going to want to be our friend, and nobody's going to want to be around us, and all of that. Right. We're still the people that we are. It doesn't change. It doesn't change who you are. It just makes it make sense. And once it makes sense, then you can start learning things to regulate the parts that get so out of control. Miss Jackie having a long yard sale in Arkansas. I need to get to I have a friend in Arkansas that I keep promising to visit her. She's come out to visit me, and I have not come to visit her. Wow, 100. See, that's why I need to travel. That's why I need to travel because I want to go to those kind of things so badly. My dream, this is what I want to do. I want to travel to things like that, but I want to go with like a small group of people and help you guys buy stuff. Like I don't want to get a bunch of stuff that I have to turn and then we'll put it on video and everything and I'll tell people if they want it, like where they can go get it. That's my dream. That's what I want to do. I don't know that I don't think we're all on the spectrum. See, I hear that a lot. But I do think that a lot of entrepreneurs, resellers, people who are attracted to certain things definitely are. Like there are certain genres of things that are more attracted to neurodivergent people than neurotypicals. But not everybody's on the spectrum for sure. It's not. It's just there's a lot of us. There are a lot of us. You would need an 18-wheeler for you to end, I know, right? Yeah, and it's genetic, so probably very, very possible. Yeah, that would be so fun. Maybe next year. Maybe next year. Maybe that's the plan for next year. Maybe we'll see. I mean, I have adult children living here who can take care of things without me. I've pared down quite a bit. I went from, wait, let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've gone from 7 aquariums down to 2. I only have 2 now. I just sold the one that I had moved over and had in the shed because I couldn't bear to let go of all the mollies and then having the electric go off out there and then the stress of always worrying about that. I'm like, what are you doing, Danny? Just sell it. I sold it to a girl who came down from Utah and she was so happy with it. And so I sent some mollies home with her, and then we put the rest of the mollies into what was the seahorse tank. And yeah, now I'm down to just 2 tanks. I would have to sell my husband on the black market to have money for that travel thrift. Is there a black market for that? Just kidding. Kind of. We're all different. In the bottom line, the bigger realm of things, every single person is who they are and they're different. And none of us are meant to be like any others. And that is the beauty of how it all is. So embrace you, no matter what it is you love, don't love about you. It's you, you're unique. There's only one of you. And that's something. Now if you're an awful person, rethink. The dark web. Who needs a husband? Good night, my friend. Yeah, we're just about to wrap this up. You got it, Julie. Yeah, for sure. I used to do those. I used to call them Day with Danny's. I actually have a sign up for them. I have a I don't talk about it. I haven't maintained it. I have the nichelady.com. But there is a sign up form for a Day with Danny so that you are on a list. When I go to certain cities, then I know who's in those cities who'd be interested in going on a thrifting trip. I need to revive that. We are all unique like snowflakes. And some of us melt. Oh no, did I miss something sad? Oh, Mitzi, I'm so sorry. Hmm. I'm so sorry. That's hard. That's hard. Oh, I'm so glad you enjoyed it. I know. Some of you have good husbands, but we still have to razz them. The pot is empty. The pot is gone. It went traveling bye-bye down the street. It's gone. I have a whole nother parking spot in the front. But the house is suffering for it. But it's okay. It's okay. A little bit every day. We'll get it done. All right, guys. So just to kind of wrap it all up, everybody's going through stuff. You can let it weigh you down, or you can choose to find the good. Find what's going good. There is something going good, I promise you, in your life. But sometimes it's a little hard to see it. Sometimes you have to look a little harder for it and focus your mind on that. But there is a way to overcome everything. My way, my personal way, where I get my strength and my get through the day from, is believing in Jesus. I don't push that on anybody else. It's what works for me. And if it looks enticing, I'm always willing to share and talk about it, but it's a personal thing. So you have to find that personal thing for you. But that's mine. And I know a lot of you believe that too. And then you just, some days you just put them to bed. Some days just put it to bed with with the whole this, say, okay, that one's done. We are never revisiting this day again. Let's wake up and start anew. Don't drag the bad day into the next day. Like, just make a choice. Make a choice. So, it looks like I need to make a trip to Texas. I do need to make a trip to Texas. It's only what? Like an 8, is it a 12-hour drive? Something like that. And there's not very many places to stop along the way. That's the bad part. Maybe there's a train. Maybe there's a train that goes to Texas. I'll have to look into that. Anyway, I love you guys. You mean the world to me. I don't know each one of you individually, but I recognize names. I know you're here. I answer the emails. I read the comments, all the thing. I know, and you're here, and I am so, so grateful for you and appreciate you, and whatever I can do to help you with whatever you're going through, I will do my utmost. And even if sometimes that's just putting you on my prayer list, I can do that too. So with that, I'm going to go feed some animals. You go be profitable and make it fun. See you on the next one.